This has got to be one of the weirdest films I have ever seen, but it's also one of the most important debut films in the history of cinema. This is day one of exploring the work of David Lynch, and obviously I've got to start where it all began, with his absurd debut feature film, Eraserhead.
Believe it or not, Eraserhead is my most spiritual film.
We'll elaborate on that.
No, I won't.
Set in this decaying industrial wasteland, the film follows Henry, a young man dealing with the surreal nightmare of unexpected fatherhood. Haunted by these grotesque visions and the oppressive cries of his mutated newborn, his fragile grip on an already strange reality begins to slip. Most discussions around the meaning of this film tend to revolve around it being a metaphor for the alienating burden of parenthood. But I'm going to offer a bit of a different take here. What if the film was actually about the birth of consciousness? Alright, I know it sounds a bit wild, but just stick with me for a second here. At the start of the film, we're introduced to this world that is alien, unyielding, and strange. And just as we're experiencing it for the first time, it kind of feels like Henry is too. To me, he isn't acting like someone who's struggling with responsibility. He's acting more like someone whose mind has just been cracked open for the first time, and he's only now becoming aware of everything around him. Now I guess it's time to talk about that freaky little baby. To me, the baby serves as this kind of manifestation of Henry's newfound self-awareness. And its cries aren't just the demand of an infant. They represent the existential panic of consciousness that's being forced into this harsh, unfamiliar existence. I don't even know if any of that makes sense, but that's why this film is so great in my opinion. Lynch never attempts to force-feed any of its themes and messages, he just forces you to think about it. And the more you think, the more questions you end up having.